Hi there, fight fans. My name is Kian Lang, and I'm very happy to say that I'm today joined by KSW middleweight Alain Van De Merckt ahead of his fight on August 14th. Alain, how are we doing today, man?
9 August.
Is it
9,
9?
9.
There
Yeah,
you
it's
go.
9.
I've read a lot of different things when I was researching the fight, and I saw 14th, I saw 9th. I took a guess, and I've guessed wrong there.
No problem, no problem. So 9. Yeah, I'm good. Just finished training, ready. My condition has to be a bit better, but I'm already ready. I've been out from December, 20th of December, so I got knocked out. So I take my time to rest my brain, and now I'm ready to come back and show. It was only one hit, but it's not over.
And I wanted to ask you about that building back up from of course your first professional loss. How has these last 7 months been for you? Really getting refocused mentally and physically.
Oh, the first 2 days you're depressed, you got knocked out. It was the biggest opportunity of my life, in front of 70,000 people. I underestimated Laid, very strong guy, very powerful hands. I saw it in the fight with Damian Janikowski. When he touch you, it's hard. So I just underestimated that. He rocked me, I think, with a 12 punch combination. And then on the last hit, it just knocked me out cold. So well done for him. Now, yeah, the two first day, yeah, I was depressed. Then it was better, but when I got knocked out, my feet got stuck.
Yeah,
So I hurt my feet. So it was annoying because then 1 month I was out of my feet, not because of the knockout, because when I got knocked out, my feet stretched the wrong way and I was out for 1 month. It was really annoying. Then I started back training, and the love never was gone. I went to Thailand, trained a bit there, took a vacation. When I came back, the fire was back, so now I'm happy. Boris called me out for June. For me, it was good June, but I eat it a bit too much. KSW didn't put us on the June card; they put us on the August card. So I had time enough to do my diet because I was like 102 kilograms.
wow.
Because of my injury, I went to the weight room a bit too much, and I gained a bit too much muscle.
I mean, that's a good problem to have, man, gaining too much muscle. But of
But
course,
I still have to make weight.
of course. I see a lot of fighters when they take their first loss and then they look back on it in the future. They almost see it as a good thing. Of course, you don't want to get knocked out, you don't want to lose, but there's lessons to be gained from a loss. Did you feel like you've gained those lessons from this one?
I think it's just an excuse they're making for themselves. You got knocked out. I have a lot to prove, but it's not that because of that it changed my mentality. My mentality has always been I want to win. I want to make a show. He made the show. At least it was a good fight. It was uh, a highlight real fight. He for him, not for me, but that's the game. We want to put a show on for the people. I hope he's gonna become champion. I have my rematch. That's but
Absolutely.
I always train hard. I always do my best. Uh, I think you cannot. How to say? He has some real knockout power. You cannot train on that. You have to be more like not make a mistake. Search. I think if we went to the second round, I could win because I think he's given everything in the beginning. But you have to survive this. And I didn't. So
Well,
up
It,
to
it
the
really
next one.
was. It really was an intense start for him. He seemed just so focused on just being full in your face and really walking you down. And you mentioned the
Yeah.
next one. I mean, I'm really excited for this one. Boris Dzikowski. It seems like a really good fight for the fans. Two guys that obviously love to finish fights. How do you view this
Yeah.
fight stylistically for yourself?
He's really like when I look his fights, he look like a kickboxing type of guy. He's not MMA stance. A lot of kicks, even when he's going backwards. A lot of kicks. So I think the danger is for him that I'm gonna take him down, and then I think his ground game is not so good, and I think even stand up, he hasn't that knockout power to stop me. Light had the knockout power. When you see Kuberski is the main event, he has knockout power. You have to watch out. But some people doesn't have that, and I don't think Boris got it.
And that feels
Still
like one of your,
dangerous fighter, still dangerous fighting. He liked to get hit and give some hits.
and I think that feels like one of your biggest strengths, really, that people have almost begun to know you as a kickboxer at one point, and then you go out there and you submit a guy, and people think you're a grappler. I mean, you're a guy that can really do it all. And when you're inside the cage, you just feel like that's almost your biggest strength is the arsenal of attacks that you have, and you can finish a fight in so many different ways.
Yeah. I'm lucky. I have some knockout power. Not maybe not like Laid, but I have some knockout power. And my ground game is, I think, I when I took people down, I don't submit them all, but it's very difficult to get back up. If you make a mistake, I submit you. I don't have the opportunity yet to show a ground and pound, but it will come. And
And
we
I've
train
wanted
to
to,
get better.
of course, and I've wanted to ask you about, you were meant to be on Dana White Contender Series last October, and then that fell through, and your decision to sign with KSW. How has your time been with the organization so far?
Well, I'm really happy with them because the I wanted to go to UFC is the big dream, okay, but I wanted to go first to a top European organization, and for me, KSW is the best. And then go to the UFC, or you never know. I become like Saladin Parnas. I got a big contract. I stay in KSW. It's not bad also. But then UFC called, and it was like I couldn't say no. Then I got some visa issues. No problem. First choice, it was KSW. So I went to KSW, and then uh, I went to the organization. I asked for Light. He was ranked. He was like, if I beat this guy, I'm in the rankings. I can go maybe like if I fought Janikowski afterwards, maybe direct for the title fight after. Because I think if after this fight, I don't know where Pavlak is. I don't know where he's not fighting because the main event is interim title fight, and I think Light is the next in line. But you have Pavlak, the real champ. I don't know where he is, but I think yeah, I have to prove myself yet. I didn't. Maybe Light was too soon, too fast, but no problem.
And
That's
is the
life.
of course, and is the long term aim still the UFC, still with the eyes on the big prize of the UFC?
I don't know. We will see what's the future. First, Boris Dzikowski, and then we will see afterwards. That's the future. But much of respect, because I went to Octagon,
Yeah.
for Aiton the Papa's fight, and I found that really maybe it was a bigger event, but the love you get from the organization is bigger with KSW, and I found this really important. That you're not just a fighter in the pool.
That's great to hear. And I've really wanted to ask you as well about Belgian mixed martial arts in general, because it feels like a really, really great time for the country. Guys like Lassane Keita and what he's done in Octagon, a guy like Patrick Cabirora, who just seems to me like he's going to be a superstar, Balaji Oki. I mean, the list really goes on. Of course, the infrastructure and the amount of organizations within Belgium needs to keep growing. But in terms of the athletes coming out of the country, it's a really positive time. How happy are you to be a part of that and help to really grow the sport in your country?
Yeah, I think that's I got, and now I give back, and I think we have a lot of new guys coming up, like Alain Atanaga. I don't know if you know,
Oh,
it's
of
Boris.
course,
They call
Boris
him
and
Boris. He's
Varga.
gonna fight on the pivot. He's really strong. Yeah, like Keita is for me the best Belgium guy. Patrick hyped up. He sold out the arena. I really thought Pepel is gonna come in Belgium. They're gonna mess up. No ticket sales, no nothing, because it's very difficult for organizations in Belgium to sell tickets. he sold the arena out almost. So he's legit, you know. I train sometimes with him, so yeah, it's great. And then what's good is that all the guys take shine of them and make it. It makes people, when you see a guy fighting in KSW, PFL, you, Keita is going to the EFC, I think. It makes the small the new people dream, you know, that they can accomplish those goals too, you know. And that's the beauty of MMA, because I started with kickboxing, but glory wasn't a dream anymore. Where I'm gonna kickbox in Holland? That's not interesting. You know, I drive 2 3 times to Holland every week. So now I'm going to Varsovie. Yeah, for Aiton, I was going to Prague to corner him. You know, that's the fight lifestyle. You know, it's not always about money, but about yeah, experience that you made out of life. You know, and that's beautiful. And that I think kickboxing, it's gone. You know, you have one championship, that's you fight one time a year. You have glory. It's, yeah, it's a Holland organization, it's not worldwide. You see, when you see glory, they're all different flags of country, but they're all from Belgium or Holland, you know. That's sad, you know. It's not more an international sport. They don't fly in guys, maybe Bajram, and it's all.
Yeah.
When you see like a KSW card, an Octagon, a PFL card, they fly people in. You know, it's legit international fight game. You know, UFC we don't talk about because they are the number one in the world. But you know, other organization, I think Saladin. You know, when you heard about his contract, I don't know if the numbers are correct, but yeah, he drives beautiful cars, have beautiful watches, good sponsors. You know, it's great to that it's possible, you know.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask you about one guy in particular who's getting his opportunity on, the world stage, like you said there, Chiquina Nosu Pedro. I hope I said that right. I
Yeah,
mean, how exciting is it for you to see a guy like that you're obviously good friends with, you train with, to get his opportunity finally on a world stage?
yeah, he's good. He fought brave. He never had an easy fight, you know. He went to, I think, all of his fights he did in Germany, you know, so you're not home, so you're not the favorite. Then he fought some brave guys. I thought really, they give him like good Chechen boys. And now he's signing to PFL. He told me he's a multi-fight contract. So great, you know. That's, you see that he's 30 like me, and now he got his opportunity. It's beautiful, you know. Never too late, training all the time. Yeah, the sad thing, I know the other guy also, so it's, I don't like fights like that. You know, the two guys, you know, obviously I'm for Czech because I know Czech more. I train with Czech, but it's never good. The one is gonna take the other one's dream away, you know.
Yeah.
I not this day, you know, not in the long term, but in the short term, you know, it's gonna be one winner. You never want to know that a guy that you know. I never want to bad for him, something bad for him. So that's sad. So yesterday I took the pads for check, and then when I was going out, I saw Hamzat, and then it's like, wow, sorry Hamzat, I'm with the other guy, but you don't know what to say, you know. I'm gonna see the fight. I'm going with Costello van Stenis. He fights 19 July, but we're gonna see PFL Brussels. And we're gonna, yeah, enjoy the night, you know, and hopefully Czech wins, but it's not gonna be a fight like I can cheer like, yeah, you know.
I mean, it's the crazy sport of MMA, isn't it? It's such a weird thing at times that you get situations like that. And
Uh,
I'm just wanting to ask you one more question. Again, I can't thank you enough for your time today, man. Do you have a final prediction for how your fight's going to go August 9th against Boris
well, I think
Dzikowski?
submission. I was looking at the fight after my training. I think submission. I see he can take a hit. I saw him get knocked down, scrambling back up, but with me, it's gonna be difficult, I think.
Well, I can't wait to see it, man. I'm really excited to see your future in the sport. I think you've got a really big one in it. Again, thank you very much for your time today.
Take care.
Thank you very much for Anya.